Detroit, Yosemite, Chicago, and Vienna have something in common. Find out why they all made a new list of top travel picks.
Every year, Fodor's Travel highlights the best cities to visit around the world. The company is out with its 2014 Go List.
So here to show us the top 5 value destinations, Arabella Bowen. She's the executive editorial director at Fodor's. Arabella, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So 25 places. Let's talk first about how you judge these cities.
So we look for a number of things. First off, we look for new air routes that are making a destination more accessible. We also look for a hotel boom so that there's more rooms in place, which suggests that tourism is very much on the rise. Also tends to mean that there's great value when they have a lot of rooms to deal with. Looking for big events that are happening that are going to put the spotlight on a destination. And then we're also just looking at places that have really been the talk of the office over the last year or so, because we're always tracking destinations on the rise.
I love that you have categories like best family place to go, best value, best emerging spot. I want to talk about Chicago. Of course, they're celebrating the 100th anniversary of Wrigley Field, but tourists can expect a lot. I lived here. They've got great food. They've got a lot of other things.
That's right, and it's such great value for families. We love it any year. It's just that because Wrigley is going to be celebrating its 100th next year, you know, there's going to be a lot of events to commemorate that too, which make it especially exciting. But beyond that, you've got the Lincoln Park Zoo, which is free. You've got the Field Museum with its amazing dinosaur collection. You've got the kids-friendly programs at the Art Institute, and you've got places like Hot Doug's, where you can have hot dogs for cheap with the whole family. So it's a great destination to visit, and it costs a fraction of what you would pay in New York or Los Angeles.
And you've got Second City.
That's right, Second City.
You also have Detroit.
Yes.
On the list. How come?
You know, we're really big on Detroit for a few reasons. One, we want to show it some love. So bring some tourism dollars. Those always help an economy. Two, we are obsessed with the fate of the Detroit Institute of Arts. Yeah. As you've probably been following too, I mean, Christie's just valued its collection at $500 million, and that's the minimum. If they wind up having to sell off that collection to underwrite their debt, we're never going to see those pieces of art again. So go now, see it. We don't know what's going to happen.
NPR recently did that article on them also. I mean, I feel like they're getting a lot of attention.
They are, and there really is. That NPR story talked about the tale of two cities, and we're certainly seeing that too. There's been a lot of renaissance at the same time as the economic downturn has happened, and so there's like these cool guerrilla farms now, interesting boutiques to see, block-long arts projects that are turning those derelict houses into something really interesting to look at. You know, weekend farmers markets. It's there's some really interesting stuff going on at the same time.
So this year, for the first time, you have a national park.
That's right.
That's on the Go List, Yosemite.
Yosemite in California. You know, again, after a year of government shutdowns, wildfires, there's actually never been a better time to go. It's open for business, and it's tracking to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the land grant. So there's really never been a better time to go. Crossed off your bucket list. Beautiful granite peaks, stunning waterfalls, and this is one of those destinations that's great year-round. So you're going to get a different view of all these beautiful landscapes in all 4 seasons. Plus, the photographer Ansel Adams really captured all those beautiful settings in black and white. You can go to the gallery there. It's been open since 1902 and bring back a bit of the park.
So they're year-round, but what about Vienna, Austria? When should you go, and what can you expect?
Well, Vienna, Austria, if you really want to stretch your travel dollar, you definitely want to go in the winter. Yes, it is going to be cold, but the best antidote to that is to go and spend an afternoon in a Viennese coffee house, drinking those wonderful bowls of hot chocolate with whipped cream on top. I mean, there's really no better antidote. It's also a great time for the cultural season. It's in full swing. You can go to the opera there. And also, one of the things we love about Vienna, it may surprise you, it's home to the oldest horse training academy in the world.
And you say go to Europe in the winter, basically.
Go to Europe in the winter if you want to maximize value, because in the summer it is packed. It's packed. The flights are far more expensive. You're going to get really great value by going in the winter. It tends to be when I happen to go as well, because I always want to stretch my dollar too.
Arabella, thank you very much.